So what does this have to do with respiratory physiology? Absolutely nothing, because
who
that
was-
is Dr. Davis's daughter in the gray sweater.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
the first one right there?
The only one that's
The
One
one
in
in the
black?
center. It's the only one I
Yeah.
The only
saw.
one in a different
That looked like
costume.
black to me.
It's the only one I saw.
Yeah, that's my 15-year-old daughter. So the reason you had to watch that is because I'm the teacher of the class. What are you going to do? And then you're going to say, "Oh, Dr. Davis, she was amazing." Go ahead, start, Hannah.
She was amazing.
Thank you. I have a lot of dance in my background.
She was
Is
amazing.
that gonna be on the test?
Yes, it will be.
She should be uploading her work on YouTube.
Well, that one I think she can't because it's schools.
Did you show her those moves?
Where do you think she gets them? Mine only come out at weddings, though, when you had little couple of kombachas. To come
We
in.
got 24 other girls for the
A
league.
couple of distilled beverages.
That's what Austin said. So she wants to come to SMU and dance. So you think she can
Aww.
She can do that anytime she wants. She want to try to get into the dance program now?
do that? Yeah. Yes. Not just dancing. Dancing down here. Really? Lance, I told you to act smart. Killing me. Some things to discuss. I believe you guys have a big day tomorrow. Is that correct?
Oh, yes.
What's tomorrow?
Presentations.
Presentation. Who's
Coming
coming?
court date. Oh yeah, Crandall.
Crandall will be in the house. So Kelsey, in case you're wondering who Crandall is Dr. Craig Crandall, my postdoctoral mentor from the Institute for Exercise and Environmental Medicine.
Okay.
He is a internationally renowned thermal regulatory physiologist. He's coming to judge the 2 pods that we have. We have 2 groups of 3 that designed their own research experiment in exercise physiology lab, and they're presenting their findings tomorrow.
All right.
And so they'll be grilled in a symposium-style 15-minute presentation, and Dusty will be there, my PhD student, I will be there, and then Dr. Crandall is going to be there. And so no mercy will be given to anybody. And so bad news is I saw group 1, 2, what are you guys?
Pod 1.
Number 1.
Pod 1 do some work in the environmental chamber. Great news is the environmental chamber works perfectly now when you turn the hot water and steam on in the building, which is another issue that will be discussed with some facilities guy later this afternoon on a phone call. But I've already written down some notes, so Pod 1 better buckle up. So,
I already want to cry, man.
yeah, also limitations.
I'm serious, too.
Specifically were related to their measurement of core temperature. How'd you measure core temperature? Yeah, I took the pill in, and Noah took it about an hour before, and then what was part of your experimental design? Hydration, and what were you doing?
Drinking colder water than body temperature.
Drinking colder water than body temperature. So what do you think that did to the pill that was in the stomach? Dropped their measurements. So I would probably guess by looking at the core temperature measurements that Noah's core temperature didn't increase, did it? It decreased during 30 minutes of exercise at 36 degrees Celsius at 75% humidity. I got news for you. His core temperature increased when he entered the room. So, yeah. So the option was to do what? Gold standard is what? Group Pod 2? What did you try to do, Carmen? Unsucceeded. You got it down, didn't you? The esophageal probe, yeah. So Carmen put the esophageal probe in. Now there's somebody else here, I'm not going to name names, that couldn't get it in. Hannah couldn't get it in. No. It's our other guy. So, but being a true scientist, what did you then do, Lance?
Stuck one up my butt.
Stuck one up his butt. He did rectal temperature, of which I will have you know Pod 1 went like this. Ooh. So, tell him your experience with, first let's start with the esophageal temperature probe. How was that experience for you?
It felt like my nose was bleeding, and that's why I wanted to pull it out. And then I was like, nope, not happening.
Okay. Did you even get it to your gag reflex?
Yeah.
How'd that feel?
That was horrible. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to.
So you're pushing something down through a reflex that's trying to push it back out, is that correct? Carmen, would you describe it that way as well?
It feels like they're breaking your nose,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden it feels like you're choking.
So, but once you got it there, it was fine, though, wasn't
It
it?
was a little uncomfortable,
But not bad.
She
Yeah,
just
I
described
was
that the
gonna
worst
throw
possible
up.
way.
but out of like uncomfortableness, like having something up.
Yeah. So the fact that it feels like you're breaking your nose, do you have experience with that? Have you broken
No.
yours? Yeah, okay. So what you're probably actually doing is there's a membrane that covers that hole that we're trying to push it down, and you have to break that to get it through there. So that's probably the uncomfortable, if you've never had an esophageal probe or broke your nose. So same thing probably Lance experienced, would you agree?
I could hear it when it was
When it-
memory breakdown.
If you had the choice to do, and then the rectal temperature probe,
It was worse coming out than it was going in.
great, but relatively speaking, how was it compared to the esophageal probe?
It hurt my pride a little more, but it was maybe not as bad.
Yeah, your pride. If there's anything that you'd want hurt, I think it's your pride, because it really doesn't hurt. And plus, when you stick the rectal probe into the appropriate thing, the tissue down there is sensitive at the start, but then it becomes like you can't feel it, and so it's not a problem. Good representation of core temperature. It lags behind a little bit, but it still is pretty valid. The other thing is it will not change when you're drinking what, Noah? Cold water. Yeah. So as much as the bad faces that you gave me for not wanting to do science for the rectal temperature, I told you guys that you would do the rectal temperature 1,000 times if you've done esophageal temperature once. Lance, would you agree with that?
Yes.
Yes, exactly right. You have to get over the rectal part. So it's just how it is. Science is like that. So
But if he had taken his pill earlier in the day,
maybe wouldn't have, but it's a possibility the cold water still could have gotten an affecting your temperature measurement. Anytime that you're pouring anything into the system over a pill could have an effect on your temperature. I would question, I wouldn't publish it. So right now, you know going in that your whole study's now screwed, right? And,
No.
And Craig Crandall's coming to the house, right?
the whole study isn't screwed. It's just the temperature, but
For your basing off of course.
Okay. If we were. Good, I see how you guys are formulating your argument. That should go well for you guys. I think it's gonna be fantastic. I think it's gonna go fantastic. I can't wait. Somebody's gonna cry. I'm almost sure it's not gonna be you because you're already traumatized, so that leaves it to Austin and Noah. Which one do you think's gonna cry out of the two?
I'll probably just get up and leave the room.
I would fake a cardiac injury or something, go down maybe.
Didn't she still have that mental concussion she was talking about?
Yeah, so you're mentally concussed for how long you've been mentally concussed. So. Okay, so Kelsey, just to give you an indication, this is the setup that we call it the JIT Scholar setup, and the reason it is because it's a just-in-time teaching technology award that I got from the Center for Teaching Excellence that allows you to use your iPad remotely in the back of the room with your pencil. So it works out